Hi, it's Ileana. So today we're going to discuss past lives, creative expression, and what that looks like. So I've been connecting with my past life self as an Atlantean mermaid, and I just remember these beautiful characteristics of a woman with light blue hair, her skin tone changing into this luminescent blue color as she goes into the water. And when she comes out of the water, her skin changes color and translucency, and she has these beautiful green markings when she comes out of the water, and just this beautiful tail, this turquoise blue-green tail, and striking blue eyes when she's a mermaid swimming in the water. And Atlantis is above the surface of the water, the colonies of Atlantis. She lives in the water, but she would work with the Atlanteans in the crystalline healing temples with crystalline healing energy and crystals. And she was Atlantean. I consider her an Atlantean mermaid because she lived during one of the epochs of Atlantis, and she interacted with the Atlanteans. She would come on land and her tail would transform. Her mermaid's tail would transform into legs. She was able to change her physicality to create clothing for herself. So mermaids had magical abilities back then, and they still do. So she's a very special part of my reality, of who I remember her as and who she is to me. Her life was very special. She is special to me. And her memory is in my soul records. She is somebody I connect with on a fundamental level of working with crystals, of just having that magical outlook on life, of creation, of imagination, inspiration. A lot of that comes from her. And just the color of blue, purple, and green, those are my favorite colors. So she just kept talking to me, and she's like, I would like you to express yourself in creating something that you love, that you desire to express. So I sat down and I finally went into some interesting digital software creation of starting to work with creating live beings with descriptors, with interesting keywords, also creating orbs, as I've had orbs visiting me, different colored orbs, translucent orbs, multicolored orbs, clear orbs, spheres. They've just been visiting me so much, and they said, work with your creative outlet, work with your creative expression. So I've started doing that and working with light language symbols, healing symbols, working with the holographic aspect of the quantum universe, literally connecting to the quantum universe. And this is what it looks like to me. This is how it looks like in physicality. These beautiful creations of expressing myself from what I see in my physical life and in the quantum holographic universe that I interact with, the different beings that I connect with as they visit me, as we connect on that holographic quantum level of reality. And this comes into physicality then. And just working on creative expression, that creative expression and those creative ideas, they've come out as creating something that is interesting, that is multifaceted on so many levels of reality, creating beautiful images, creating beautiful artistic expression with the orbs, the mermaids, the different colors, and not just the clear orbs, but also like the multicolored orbs that are the rainbows, and nature scenes, because orbs and spheres, they come through nature. They come through multidimensional levels of reality, through different realms and dimensions. And spheres and orbs can be guided by sentient living beings. Some of them even travel in spheres and orbs, or some of them guide them with their thought consciousness from different realms and dimensions as they visit planets and different realities of existences in the universes. And they are part of our life, and we'll be seeing more of them. And they interact with nature and the scope of our reality to guide us on the ascension path, to guide us on our life evolution, the advancement of the soul and the physicality together in unity and guidance, to help us out with whatever we need. So we'll be seeing more of those orbs and spheres. And some people have started photographing them, seeing them on video, seeing them in their dreams and in their physical reality. There's also orbs that are plasmatic. There's fire orbs. There's these interesting plasma spheres and plasma orbs as well. Some of them are translucent and see-through. Some of them are different colors, different energies. I've been seeing in my mind fire orbs, plasma orbs, and these silver spheres flying around in the sky from the holographic universe, from that holographic universe perspective. But I've also seen that orb physically, and it's changing colors from this translucent orb into rainbow color, of different colors of the rainbow in the sky above the trees. And then it hovers in the trees, and it just becomes really this soft green blue, then changes to orange, yellow, and green in frequency and color. In the forest, because I live out near a forest, and when the orb visits me, it changes frequency. It changes dimensional vibration, I would say. And I think that seeing the mermaid and seeing the orbs, it is about next step in soul evolution, connecting to that holographic universe, connecting to the quantum universe, a reality of beyond 3D existence, but expressing the creation of this and how it's created, and working with light language symbols, working with sacred geometry to bridge this connection of what this human expression looks like, and wanting to share how these creations look like, and wanting to talk about, if you remember, past life selves, that now with art generators you can create what you look like from your past life selves by using descriptors. I like Night Cafe the most, honestly, and Pixlr image generator and Night Cafe Studio. They're very easy. You just go in, if you know what you looked like in your past life self, you can go in and you can type in a descriptor. Say if you remember yourself as a mermaid, you type in that she had long blue hair and she had light blue skin, swimming under the water, or light green skin. You just type in something like that and it will show you images of what you're literally creating. As you create from words, you create the artwork, you create the visual artwork that represents what you're emoting in the written form. You're emoting that into visual form and creating that in your reality. And as long as you have the right intention and the frequency of creating something that you see yourself as from a past life self, or you're currently connecting with the beings, it's a beautiful process, and it is expressing creativity. It is expressing something that is part of you on a different level of creation. And for me, I wanted to start with the orbs and the spheres and then work with Mermaid, because I'm interacting with them on a consciousness level. They're with me always, and so I wanted to see what that looks like, and also to create the symbols of protection and put it around the border frames of the artworks that I created. So if you see yourself in your past lives and you're talking to your past life selves, or connecting to your past life selves just in dream time or lucid dreaming, lucid reality, you can now safely work with something like Night Cafe or Pixel Art image generator, and use words, word descriptors and keywords to describe what you see yourself looking like, and then save those images and continue to work with them, continue to change frequency. If you can change color and frequency. Some people work with Photoshop, some people work with other digital image programs where you can change the color of the image, where you can change how it feels like and looks like to you, and play around with what comes in as part of the reality of your creations. I really played around with colors and frequency. Even when the images were created, I went in and changed colors, changed frequency, changed the scope of reality to really represent what I was seeing and feeling. But again, as we're evolving, and as the scope of connecting to the quantum universe, the holographic universe, this is what we can now work with. Like, literally, I think this was an organic process. I released my doubts about image generators. I released my worries about it, and I said, you know what? You're going to create on the most organic quantum level that you can what represents you, what you connect to on the most beautiful level of reality and existence. And as long as you're doing this from the highest good of love and kindness to yourself, and this work represents you and who you are, it is safe and it is beautiful to work with it. Art image generators, because I'm only creating what represents me. I'm not creating something that is not me. If it doesn't feel like me, if the art generator creates something that doesn't feel like me or look like me, I'm free to not save that image and remove it and not keep it, because that is not me. And sometimes it will create something that might not really look like you, so you would just have to refine your search terms and keyword terms of what you're trying to create and generate. And it really took me a few hours to get the right images of what I really look like. What I'm seeing myself as is that past life self of the mermaid in the various transitions, her underwater and her coming out of the water, what her life was like, what her hair was like, what she truly looked like, and this is what she looked like. And it's special to the uniqueness of the Atlantean mermaid that I was and what these orbs look like. And for me, that meant sitting down and truly expressing keyword terms. What do I look like? What do these orbs and spheres look like? What am I connecting to? What is the frequency, the colors, the shapes, the forms? And expressing that, working with it to its finite finished form. And this is what it is, of true art expression, of creativity. Taking my time with it until I was happy with the results. And I think I am very happy with these. These truly represent what I'm feeling right now and what I'm expressing, the magic of nature, the magic of mermaids, the magic of Atlantis, of just pure creation and expression, and on a level that makes me happy on a soul frequency. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that process. And for me, it was very safe, it was very comfortable, and it was easy. I chose to work with Night Cafe Studio with that main art generator, because you just type in what you're visually seeing as your past life self. You use word descriptors, be very specific and detailed, then it will give you good results. And there was no weird prompts, there was no weird numbers. I did not have to join Discord in order to try and use something like Midjourney. That's another art generator where there's a huge learning curve with it, and you have to connect to a Discord account, create one, and log in and all that stuff. It's like, I just want it nice, simple, and easy, because I wanted to get to creating the keyword searches and the descriptors, and I wanted to start creating artwork. Night Cafe was very simplistic, and so was PixLR image generator. And I'm mentioning those two because, again, very easy. I didn't have a huge learning curve with it at all. Just went in, started working with it, and in about, this project took about 2 weeks to do, because I had to think about what protective symbols I'm going to use, what frames I'm going to use to connect the artwork, what the artwork should look like, the frequency, the feel, the connections, respecting all these beings, because these are sentient beings. Even though they're in the artwork, they're very sentient. So I had to respect that and just really feel into the frequencies of them and what is being created to represent them in the most beautiful way possible, in the most respectful way. And so now, even if you don't know how to draw or paint, or even you don't know how to do digital artwork, you can try this out and see if you like creating what you look like in past lives, or the beings you connect with now, the higher dimensional beings, the positive ones. And if you're called to express this way, now you can very safely try it out and see what happens in what you create. And again, if you don't like it, you don't have to save it. You can just delete it, remove it, and it's not kept anywhere. This is what I liked about Night Cafe. If I didn't like the image that was generated in the detailed word descriptors, the visual, I could delete it. It was as simple as that, and it did not remain on the system. And I could delete from PixLR image generator as well. So this is what I like. You hit delete, or you hit clear, and it's gone. If it's not making you happy, you don't have to keep it or work with it. So I did like that quite a bit, and I just wanted to create on a digital quantum level to the scale of what I'm seeing my reality as. And I think in the future I might try these again and work with them. And if I have any other past life selves showing up, I will work with creating them and expressing who they are and how they connect to me. because that's very special and unique. And this process was very unique as well, and I found it empowering, and I found it very creative, inspirational, and a beautiful journey of creative artwork and discovery, who I am and who I'm becoming on a frequency scale, vibration, and physically, connecting more to the soul expression of myself and the beings I connect with. Thank you so much.